Hey guys, you're now traveling with TVmaTheTea. Hit the like and subscribe button right now.
I'm feeling TVmaTea. Burning come along from a past life full of scars. Ask me where I'm coming from, and I'll share with you my soul. Ask me where I'm going to, I'll have to meet you down the road. It's not time, no, it's not time, no. I am on a journey. There's a long way left to go, dancing down the open road. I am on a journey. There's a long way left to go, dancing down the open road. I am on a journey. Pretty colors of the sea. I'm a bird, half flying free. Thinking about all movements made, the path my destiny has laid. I need to travel light. Oh, but I'm feeling human nature. Oh, and your eyes, they shine so bright. Ask me where I'm coming from, and I'll share with you my soul. Ask me where I'm going to, I'll have to meet you down the road. It's not time, no, 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 it's not time, no. I am on a journey.
You're now traveling with TVmaTea. Come along.
Journey. Pretty colors of the sea. I'm a bird, half flying free. Half flying free. Ooh, half flying free. Ooh, I am on a journey. Oh, there's a long way left to go, dancing down the open road. I am on a journey. Pretty colors on the sea. I'm a bird, half flying free. I am on a journey. There's a long way left to go, dancing down the open road.
Traveling with TVmaTea. Come along. Right on. Amen.
I'm a bird, I'm flying free, I'm flying free.
All right, Deborah, did you see the video?
I did.
Okay,
That's
cool.
fantastic. I love it.
All right, I was just trying to make sure it's showing appropriately. I think we do have a natural lag on Facebook, so I'm just waiting for that to come up. But other than that, let me go ahead and, I hate when this happens. 1 second. Hold on here. All right, guys. Now we're going to go ahead and talk with the lovely Debra Lee from Miami Tourism. Debra, can you tell my adventurers and my followers, as well as yours, a little bit about yourself, some fun facts and what we didn't know?
So my name is Debra Lee, as LaTonya mentioned. I am the Director for Travel Industry Sales with the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau, which is really a mouthful. Essentially, for short, we refer to it as GMCDB, and we are the official marketing organization, destination marketing organization for Greater Miami and the beaches. So just to give you a little bit of some little facts around that, Greater Miami is Miami-Dade County. So it's the county of Miami-Dade in Florida. We are the largest county in the state of Florida, the most populated, the most fun, and therefore we have 33 cities, actually 33 municipalities that make up the Greater Miami area. So that is why we refer to it as Greater Miami, and then of course the beaches is what we include. But really, relatively large area that we represent. We're very proud of our organization representing this area of South Florida. And as a matter of fact, we were just recently reaccredited by Destinations International, which is accreditation agency for destination marketing organizations and tourist boards, and we were reaccredited with distinction. So we're very proud of that. Very few, only a handful of CBDs, DMOs, as we like to refer to it in the business, destination marketing organizations, are given that honor. So we're very, very proud of that.
Hey, that's a prestigious honor. And to be honest, I didn't even know that Miami-Dade County, like they say in the rap song.
That's right.
I didn't know that that was the largest county in Miami. Wow.
In Florida. Yeah.
Well, wow, in Florida. So you're definitely dropping some tea there, darling. So I am very excited to learn that bit of tea. So tell me this, what is, does Miami have a bird, or is it Florida?
We
Florida,
have a
right?
bird.
State.
We do have a state bird, which is actually, oh my goodness, and I just learned this recently. It is, I believe it's a mockingbird. It's actually not a flamingo, even much to the disappointment.
I thought
yeah, everybody associates us with flamingos, and we kind of take that on as our, greater Miami bird, so to speak, because we do have quite a number of flamingos. But our state bird is actually, I believe, a mockingbird, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure somebody will correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, it is actually not a flamingo.
That is okay. So that is some great information. So let me go ahead and move on to our juicy tea for Miami. So with that being stated, I definitely want to ask you, can you explain to my adventurers what is Miami tourism?
So essentially, we are in the area that almost the most southern part in the state of Florida, where we have miles and miles and miles of beaches that start from about just in an area called Golden Beach and all the way down Miami Beach and even further beyond. So, we are essentially a sun destination. Well, you refer to as a sun destination because, we obviously have beaches and that's what we promote, but we are a subtropical type climate. So with that, we have, we are right now in hurricane season because, again, we are in a subtropical climate. So with that, we do have the potential to have a hurricane. Right now, I will say that the weather has been fantastic. We've had a lot of Saharan dust this summer, and that has actually been keeping a lot of the storms and hurricane types from developing and thus affecting us. So we've had some extraordinarily hot weather, as we normally do. Typically in the summer, it rains for a couple hours in the afternoon, usually from 2 to 4. But I have to confess, I told Latanya before we started, I said it actually rained early this morning. So it did rain already, but we know that once it's rained, that should be about it for the day. It did rain very, very early this morning, from about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. It's finished now, it's clearing up, and it looks like it's going to be a fantastic day. Our beaches are open, which is wonderful. And so, we are here ready and waiting, and that's typically what most people do during the summertime is go to the beach.
I wish I had some blue water right now to go to, but unfortunately
it's not the case. So that's really what we are. We're marketing, but we're also beyond the beaches. I want to make that very clear because we are very, very proud of our multicultural and diverse residents and city as a whole. We have people here. We are referred to as the gateway to the Americas. So we have a lot of people that are, from the Caribbean, from Latin America. Recently, we've had a lot of residents, people that moved here from Europe and of course Asia. So we really are a multicultural, ethnic destination. So you'll find people of all kinds here and languages being spoken of all kinds. You'll walk on the street, you'll hear English, you'll hear Spanish, you'll hear Portuguese, you'll hear Creole. I mean, it's really, really diverse. And that's truly what we're proud of as a destination because we really are all inclusive. in that sense, very diverse, and that's what I think makes us so
That's
spicy, as we
right.
like to call it.
I'm telling you, it is a spicy place to be. When I was down there in November, and I was able to go and eat at one of the Cubana restaurants, honey, and it was definitely a vibe. I can't even remember the place that my sister-in-law took me to, but it was a vibe. And then just the culture of how everything just gels and meshes together. I love Miami. And plus, I mean, it's always a place to love because it stays sunny. So
It does, for the most part, yes, it does. It really does. And
yes.
like I said,
mean, like with the tropical rain, it didn't really mess with me that much because it doesn't last a long time. Like when we get rain out here, it's going to rain, and your day is ruined. But when it rains in Florida, it's like it's just spurts and then it's gone and the sun is back out unless it's like a hurricane or something. But other than that, you can deal with it.
Exactly. That's really true. So, typically, like I said, rains for a couple hours, it stops, it clears up, and that's really because we are a subtropical climate. So, whatever you would have in, say, the Caribbean, or even, as far down as Latin America, you'd experience the same thing here. So, really, one of those things where it's here, and you're just like, okay, just wait an hour or two,
That's
and it will
right.
go away, and you can
That's
resume
right.
what you were doing.
That's right. It's livable, honey. Okay, so
Absolutely.
what's hot in Miami right now? Like, what can you share with us that's hot in Miami? Like, I know I follow you on your social, and you're always blogging about various destinations in Miami. But personally, on your own point of view, what would you consider hot right now? I know a lot of hotels are hot, and I just want to
Yes,
get your tea on that.
absolutely. So other than the weather, most of our hotels, I will say, about 85% of our hotels have reopened
Mm-hmm.
since COVID, and they're operational, open, willing, ready to welcome you. We have a couple that I'd like to mention in particular because here in Miami, because of our proximity to Latin America and the Caribbean, we have some uniqueness
Mm-hmm.
wherein we have properties that are here that are only here in the US
Right.
other than in Latin America. So for example, we have the Faena Hotel, which is originally from South America.
Mm-hmm.
And they have properties in Argentina. And then the only other place they have a property is here in Miami. Beautiful hotel on Miami Beach that also includes a theater. Again, something very, very unusual. A
Right.
theater, but not just any kind of theater. It's a performing arts theater that was designed by Baz Luhrmann, who, as you may know, was behind Chicago on the big screen when Chicago came out as a musical,
Okay.
musical Chicago
Mhm.
when it came out on the big screen. Baz Luhrmann is the one that directed it, produced it. And so
Wow.
this musical theater performing arts theater that is at the Faena is designed by him. So lots of, they put on, amazing dinner theater shows and all
That's right.
types of original shows. Something that you may not know, and something certainly that is unusual, I would say.
Mhm.
Don't necessarily associate with that. So we have the Faena. We have another property that's only here, other than in South America, is the Lenox, a small boutique property where the furnishings were actually brought up. Wood from the Amazon was brought up to construct the furniture and a lot of the way in which the interior of the hotel. So very unusual things like that. And then, so you kind of say, well, yeah, that's the synonymous with and the association with South America, right? But then
Mhm.
we have something else. We have, for example, the East Hotel.
Mhm.
So the East Hotel is only in Asia, in Hong Kong to be particular.
Wow.
And it is a 5-star luxury hotel. It's located in downtown Miami. And it is the only one in the United States other than in Asia.
And
So,
you know
we
what?
again,
I really love Oriental art. So I'm wondering, are they as decked out as you would see in Asia?
They do have some very unique art, but what I love about the East Hotel is their rooftop, because they have an incredible view of not only the downtown area, but you can see all the way to the beach, and how they've decorated and incorporated the just the zen of the whole thing. So they have a beautiful rooftop terrace. They also have a tea room, an Asian tea room in the hotel. So really just, you know, things that you may not necessarily associate with Miami. And we have that here. And that's the thing. We're just not just a normal destination. We really like to do things, you know, that are unusual. And of course, here in Miami, though, you mentioned art. And although they don't have tons of that Asian art that you might be familiar with, they do have a lot of art, and they do have a lot of the architectural design is very Asian. However, Miami as a city, we are lovers of art. In fact, we are one of the host cities of Art Basel, which Art Basel, if you're not familiar, is actually an art festival of sorts, which only takes place in 3 places in the world: Basel, Switzerland, in the spring, Hong Kong in the summer, and Miami Beach in the winter.
Wow.
And it's incredible in that it attracts, last December, we have probably 100,000 people that came into town for a week, just for that week, for Art Basel, to experience the art, to procure art, museums, all kinds, art lovers, art collectors descend upon the city and collect and exchange and purchase. It's a really fantastic time, because even though the vast majority of you know, displays and stuff take place on Miami Beach, all art galleries from, you know, South Dade throughout participate and host, you know, art gallery displays and all kinds of things during that time frame. So it always takes place the first week in December.
Right.
So note to self, great time to be here if you're an art lover.
Because it's not too hot. You know, not that Miami is oven hot like Texas, right?
No, it's not
too hot in the fall. And like, even with the art, I was perusing Miami and Beaches website, guys, and you can find them at miamiandbeaches.com. I was perusing the website, and you guys have a lot of Instagrammable places to get a wonderful backdrop, be it the art, be it the resorts or the hotels or whatever, because Miami is full of those unique places. So I think you're absolutely right.
As a matter of fact, that picture that I think you have up now on the screen where it says Miami Experiences, that is actually from Wynwood.
Okay.
And Wynwood is an area that used to be basically, you know, warehouses and so forth. Because of the proximity to the port, a lot of warehouses, things come in from the port, and folks would come in and from Latin America, the Caribbean, purchase and leave and ship their items. Now has turned into an area which has the most street art, formerly known as graffiti, because now it's street art, in the world. As a matter of fact, the Wynwood area has a museum of graffiti, which is the only museum of graffiti, of street art in the world. It's approximately a 4 to 5 block area, and just has a lot of really cool murals, all different kinds. The Wynwood Walls, of course, microbreweries. It's a very, very hip area. And that area is actually our most Instagrammable at the moment.
And that reminds me of our area in Houston. We have some hot spots downtown where people come and they do an Instagram tour, because it's featuring a lot of the art in the city. So this reminds me of that a lot. That sounds awesome. I can't wait to come back to Miami. I thought it was going to be sooner than later. Let me tell you what my real plans was, right, Debra? My real plans were that my husband and I, we were going to come out to Miami, and I was like, you know what? We're going to do this interview live. But unfortunately, you know, due to COVID, he wants things to calm down just a little bit. And then, you know, so of course it'll be later. But when we do touch down, I'll be sure to link up with you. So
absolutely,
that we do something on the spot, you know. So,
well, not only can we do it live, what we would probably need to do is we probably need to do it like almost a tour in terms of certain areas that I think we should definitely just touch on.
That would be great. That would be great. You know me, you know how I You've been following me a long time. So I really appreciate that. And for those that's tuning in on Facebook, guys, thank you for tuning in. You're now traveling with your local Houston travel blogger, TVmaTea, your cruise planners, land and sea expert. And guys, you're talking travel with Debra Lee from Miami Tourism, and we've got the hottest tea. We've learned about the places you can go with the best zen. We've learned about the beaches, the tropical weather, and how it really doesn't bother guests that much visiting Miami. We also learned that Miami-Dade County is the largest county in Florida. Guys, she's going to continue dropping that tea, but I'm going to ask her right now, Debra, what's up and coming? Share the tea, darling. Drop that tea. What is up and coming that most of us would not know about Miami?
So what's up and coming? Well, I mentioned Wynwood. I mentioned the art and the beaches. What I also want to mention is, well, certainly Art Basel is coming in December, so that's up and coming. At the moment, that's still a go, so we're keeping our fingers crossed. We are the cruise capital of the world.
That's right.
And we look forward to, once the ships have cleared, to resume sailing or resume operations, which right now is pending for October. We're ready to welcome the cruises back. Yep. Including the newest cruise line to join us, Virgin Voyages.
Okay, yes, they are new.
Yes, they are new, and we look forward to them. Actually, we hope that they will be breaking ground, on their new cruise terminal. We anticipate that towards the latter part of the year as well. So lots of things happening on the cruise front. As it is now, Royal Caribbean has a beautiful cruise ship terminal here. Norwegians should be opening very soon, we hope. We hope. And then later on this year, who will break ground will be MSC as well as Virgin Voyages. So we look forward to those two. MSC is actually going to have a dual terminal, so a very, very large terminal to attract their numerous ships that actually home port here. I know. So we have a lot of things going on the cruise side of business as well.
I know. I know everybody is, people on the business side as well as visitors, people cannot wait. I mean, just collectively, we cannot wait for the world to return to some sense of normalcy. So it's coming closer, guys. I was reading over the CDC's release yesterday when they extended the pause in selling all the way until September the 30th. And I was like, wait a minute, it's not as long. So do we have a maybe we can do it in October? Fingers are crossed, definitely.
Definitely. And I mentioned cruises and up and coming. And another reason to come in and experience Miami, if you're going on a cruise, come in a day early, or when you return from your cruise, stay a day or two, and explore our Wynwood and explore our cultural and heritage neighborhoods. I haven't even talked about Little Havana and Little Haiti.
You have you got to drop that tea. So that's a perfect segue to fun facts about Miami. Spill the tea, Debra. Tell them about Little Havana and Little Haiti. I mean, they need to know because it's definitely a vibe. I was able to eat in Little Havana at a Cubana restaurant, and I just cannot remember the name. But you know what, followers? If you follow me, I Instagrammed it that day, and I put it out there on social world, so it's out there. But yes, spill that tea, Debra.
So, I mentioned our proximity to the Caribbean and Latin America, and that a lot of residents here in Miami are from that area predominantly. But we do have two very large Caribbean groups that are here and residents here. And we have areas that they, when they first came here, they more or less founded, that's where they settled. And that area has now been called, for one, Little Havana, which Cuban settlers came, and that area just has everything. You honestly feel like you are in Cuba. It is incredible, between the food and the culture. It's just so embedded in that area. It is just remarkable. I encourage anybody when they come to visit to visit Little Havana. And, you know, if you really want to see what it's like in Cuba, get a very good picture of what it's like. Certainly that area is one of those where you can have a meal, play some dominoes, have some cafecito, so which is coffee, pastries, certainly salsa classes. You can learn how to dance. I mean, everything. It's just really just a wonderful area. And then, of course, not to be forgotten, Little Haiti. You know, we now have the largest Haitian population in the United States, outside of Haiti, of course. And in Little Haiti, again, you experience that amazing and delicious food from Haiti in that area. And also make a visit to the cultural center, where they have dancers, and again, the music, because it's all about the music and dance and food, right? That's what it's all about.
That's right. It's about all of those things. You
And
cannot go to Miami without visiting either Little Havana or Little Haiti. You have to make a stop there. And like Debra was stating, guys, if you are taking a cruise out of Miami, definitely you want to think about your pre and post trip. So either come in a day early and explore Miami, or stay a day later and explore. You definitely won't be disappointed. This is what I always do when I go to Miami. It's so funny, Debra, because, and I'm pretty sure you remember when I posted, when I was last in Miami in November, I was blogging for Norwegian, and it was so awesome. And we ended up coming in like the day before, and it was cool. But the day when we got back, we checked out Little Havana and had, you know, breakfast over there, what have you. But I was so just down because I lost my phone. I could not believe it. I lost all of the travel tea, darling. So,
oh, no.
Yes, it's at the bottom of the Bahamas Ocean somewhere. Yeah. You know, but at the end of the day, I really just was so torn because of so many things that I saw that I knew needed to be captured. So I was bugging the mess out of my sister, like, hey, take a picture of that, take a picture of that, take a picture of that and send it to me. Because I knew these things they need to be captured, because that's just the type of culture that you will experience when you are in Miami. It's very unique.
Yes, definitely. And then, of course, not to be forgotten, of course, our heritage neighborhoods. So historic Overtown, where, you know, most of the Black community settled in that area many years ago. In historic Overtown, where we have the Black Police Precinct Museum. So you can learn about how it was many years ago here. And also lots of good soul food restaurants that are opening in that area, you know. So actually,
not kind of place.
Yes. So, you know, we have Jackson Soul Food. We also have Little Greenhouse, which Oprah featured during her tour recently. And a new restaurant to the area is Red Rooster from Harlem.
Okay.
Is getting, yes, Marcus Samuelson has brought his Red Rooster to Miami, and it is in Overtown. So we're excited. At the moment, the restaurant is not yet open because for us here, indoor dining unfortunately has closed at restaurants. But luckily for us, we're able to extend, a lot of the restaurants were able to extend their outdoor dining feature. So for now, what Red Rooster has done is they have a creamery that they've opened with items from the menu for Red Rooster. So a little ice cream store where you can get some of the items from that particular restaurant until they fully open once we're able to resume indoor dining across. You know, we mentioned fun facts about Miami. A couple of things. First of all, Miami was founded by a woman.
Wait, what?
Miami was founded by a woman.
Do y'all hear that, adventure? We find cities, darling. Yes. Power to the lady.
That's right. Power to Julia Tuttle. So it was founded by a woman. And we are the only city in the US that is surrounded by two, not just one national park, two national parks.
Oh, wow. That's great. My bad. Yeah, that's great. I got so excited about the tea that, but one thing that I wanted to kind of highlight on, I know that you're talking about this tea with us and you're dropping it about the fun facts with Miami. Do you think now is a good time for you to show us? Because I'm going to make you a co-host.
Are you going to make me a co-host? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to kind of just show, we were just talking about the, national parks, and I want to kind of show you where we differ versus, some of our other cities in the States. So yeah, sure, we could do that.
All right, whenever you're ready, you have the reins. And guys, if you're tuning in with us on Zoom, or if you're following us and watching on Facebook, hello, you're now traveling with TVmaTheTea, your local Houston travel blogger, your cruise planners, land and sea travel expert, guys. And if you have any questions for Debra with Miami Tourism, please go ahead and type those in the comments below, and I'll be sure to ask her. If you have any comments on Zoom, go ahead and type that, and I'll be sure to ask her as well. Guys, stick around. You don't want to miss this travel tea. And guess what, guys? We've got trivia coming up really soon. Keep it locked.
Okay, so I'm just going to show, it's in referring to our national parks. I mentioned we're surrounded by two. One is Biscayne National Park. Two very different experiences. Biscayne National Park is on the Atlantic, so you have the opportunity to then, do stand-up paddling, go kayaking, all of the things that you would normally do on the water. But then we also have Everglades National Park, which is on the Everglades. And so you could go on an airboat. I know you've done that.
It's been so fun. I have a funny story. I'm probably gonna get killed when I get home because my husband's like, don't tell everybody. We did the Everglades right out there. And I'm pretty sure you've seen the footage. But the weirdest thing is that we were on an airboat out there and we were bumping big old alligators. They're in the swamp. They don't move. They look at you like you're in my way.
You're in my territory.
Yes. And my husband, I'm like, you would think people would be afraid of alligators, but he wasn't. He was afraid of something much smaller. And I'm going to leave it at that. Because it's a lot of reptiles and amphibians and everything out there. And I was like, but it was such an amazing experience. We had the time of our lives. And I would implore anyone, if you're an adventurous like I am, like Debra, definitely book a tour to do a Swamp Everglade tour. You are not going to be disappointed.
Absolutely not. So I'm going to show you one of our campaign that we had, which would be very applicable now because, being outdoors is a good thing, right? Yes. So let me just show this video very quickly, and hopefully you can see my screen. Yes,
I can see it.
Okay, perfect.
I can't hear it though. So for those that are watching, and you probably are listening in via audio, what we're doing right now is we're watching an Everglade tour where you can come out and become one with nature. You don't have to wear anything fancy, just be comfortable. You can canoe. It's over 100,000 acre park. There are 5 billion star hotels located out there, and they're all found in Miami. So whenever you guys choose your next vacation, ask yourself, do you want to be in character or in someone else's adventure, or do you want to create your own adventure? It's Miami land, darling.
So unfortunately, you probably couldn't hear the volume in the video. Could you not hear the?
No, it's okay. I narrated for them.
Okay, thank you. So that's basically, one of the things that a lot of, again, people somewhat don't necessarily associate with Miami. The fact that, we have these two national parks, the fact that we have art, which is prevalent throughout or multicultural aspect of the city. Some of the unique hotel properties. So a lot of different types of experiences here. Cruise capital of the world, things like that. A lot of people don't necessarily associate. So it does allow for us to really share that. So that's why I say I would say come in a day early, stay a day or two afterwards, because that would really allow you a significant amount of time to experience everything.
Amen. Was there anything else you wanted to share with us today?
So I just wanted to let everyone know, while we're right now going through a little challenging time with regards to COVID and some of the changes that associated with that, our hotels are open for business, restaurants are open for outdoor seating only, delivery, takeout. We have some amazing hotel deals, I have to say. From the months of June through September, we have amazing hotel deals. I mean, I can't, all over. So not just on the beach area, all over in all of our cities. In addition to that, we have Miami Spice. And what that is essentially, we have right now approximately 70 restaurants that are participating. But what it is this is now applicable for to-go as well, given the current situation with our dining rooms. For $25, 3-course meal at these participating restaurants for lunch, and for $39, 3-course meal at participating restaurants for dinner.
Hey, darling, that sounds amazing. I think about what I've spent here doing curbside, and it has been hundreds. You know, and upwards of that. And yeah, that sounds darling.
And we have a range of a variety of restaurants. So you're talking from Michelin rated down, and it gives an opportunity for everyone to really experience our cuisine here, because it truly is so international, so amazing, so delicious that it allows you to then get a good deal on a great meal at a fantastic restaurant. So that's something that runs through September 30th this year. Normally, we only do it in the months of August to September, but this year we've brought it in early. So in essence, a little early Christmas gift.
You're right about that. It's an early Christmas gift. So one thing I wanted to ask the elephant in the room, right? So a lot of people may be hesitant to travel to Miami because if you're like in a state like mine, we're considered a hot spot. And I know that you may not know the policies and procedures of how the hotels are doing, but can you kind of speak to how you've seen or witnessed their social distancing measures? Because I saw you at a beach one day and I was like, oh my God, he's at a blue water beach. And they were social distancing at that beach that you were at. So can you kind of speak to that?
Sure. So, and that's a great question, Latonya. So as far as the beaches are concerned, I mentioned our beaches are now open. They have been closed from time to time, particularly during certain holidays. So they were closed for 4th of July and Memorial Weekend, but now they've reopened. And because we have such miles and miles and miles and long stretches of beach, it is very possible to social distance. We do have beach ambassadors that are on the beach, making sure though that we're not having groups of people gathered together and spread out, because again, there's lots of beach. So get out there and you have the ability to spread out and social distance. When you are on the beach or going onto the beach, we do require that masks are worn. So you mask up. And, but once you're on the beach lying down, obviously you can relax and do all of that. And of course, if you do get up to go to a restaurant or go somewhere, masks are required here.
So what are some hot beaches like you can recommend? Because like I said, I know a lot of hesitation that I've been hearing on my end is people don't want to go to the crowded beaches with the spring breakers. They want to be like places where you were, where people were actually spaced out. So what are some hot beaches people can kind of plan into their itinerary?
So some of our northern beaches, for example, or northern parts of Miami Beach, like Sunny Isles Beach, really a fantastic Surfside. Those beach areas are usually where the locals descend on, so they're not necessarily as busy during the day because we're here working. But generally, that side of up in North Miami Beach area is always a good area to go to. In addition to that, Surfside has a really nice pier. So maybe if you don't want to lie on the beach, in some parts of the pier, they do offer, allow you to fish. So another great alternative, something else to do on the fishing pier there up in Surfside. I was personally, that what you're referring to, I was actually on South Beach. I was in South Point Park the photos that I took. So that's another area that, again, we have miles of beaches. So
That's right.
really, you can responsibly go to the beach and socially
I'm gonna
distance.
be on my way, darling. I'm gonna plan I definitely want to plan something, just a small getaway. And if I'm gonna do something like that, guys, and I think this is what's very important to understand out there in Facebook world, out there in Zoom land, and anywhere else you're following my YouTubers. Guys, if you're going to plan a domestic vacation, you definitely want to do it with the expertise and professionalism advice from those that are in the know. Right now, you're now traveling with TVmaTheTea, your local Houston travel blogger, and your cruise planners land and sea expert. And right now, we're getting the travel tea from Miami Tourism Director Debra Lee. Darling, you have dropped that knowledge for us. And I'm telling you guys, you're not going to get this anywhere else. She's giving you the hot spots and the travel tea where you can go, the places you want to be, especially if you want to be sent out, darling. So just keep that in mind, guys, when you're planning. Guys, right now, if you have any questions, please type those in Facebook world, and I'll go ahead and ask that for her. If you're on Zoom, go ahead and type it in the chat, and I'll go ahead and ask that. Now we have a response in Zoom, and it says, yep, rains. It rains in spurts in Miami. I love Wynwood area. I think it is what it's called, all the art in that area. I do remember that. So yes, yeah, you're right. And I can't wait to go. And I think that festival, I'm going to put that on my, my calendar, because that could be something that I can come out there and blog. It sounds interesting. Okay.
Art Basel, yes.
Did you want to share anything else on your screen?
I don't, but I do want to mention one other thing. I mentioned as far as socially distant for the beaches, but I also want to, it's really important to also mention with regards to the hotels and what they've been doing and their cleanliness methods. They've spent a great deal of resources in ensuring the safety of their guests. So, lots of, sanitizing stations, ensuring that you're able to then make sure that you can sanitize if you can't wash your hands immediately, but really have gone out above and beyond in terms of making sure that their guests are safe. And that applies to all our hotels around in and around the city. So that's very important to mention. You really can feel they've also instituted a lot of what we call contactless things. So for example, when you check in at a lot of hotels, they advise you to download the app in advance. And then that way you just check in online and you really have very little, if any, contact with, the check-in receptionist or anyone.
That's great. That's really great. Like, I knew one brand was really big on that. And now to hear other brands are jumping on that, that's really great.
Yes, a lot of them are doing that because they already have your information. They already have your credit card information. You basically check in online as you arrive or just prior to, and even a lot of keys are now available digitally. So, at several restaurants, at many restaurants throughout the area, the menus are QR codes. So you simply scan the menu with your cell phone, with your mobile phone has become your best friend if it wasn't already. And that's how you are able to, make sure that you can see the menus. Again, contactless. So you're not holding on to a paper that several other people are holding on to.
That's right. All right, Deborah, it is time for the fun trivia time. What question would you like to ask? And we're looking for one winner, guys. What question would you like to ask our adventurers out there that's tuning in today?
So I believe I would like to ask about our national parks. Hopefully you're listening. And I did mention the name of two of our two national parks.
Okay, and so I am going to repeat your question for Facebook. What are the names of the two national parks, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What are the names of the two national parks mentioned today? And if you're watching on Facebook, just respond in Facebook, and I'm looking for the first winner. If you are on Zoom, you can respond in the chat, guys. And let me show them the wonderful tea, darling, that you sent me. This is what we're giving away today. Of course, you can't have this one because this one is mine, darling. But she sent me an identical version, and I just want to share with you guys, you're going to get a wonderful Miami flamingo. You're going to get some Miami travel tea. So essentially in here, this is everything you need to plan your trip to Miami. And I'm over here dropping stuff because there's so much stuff. And thank you so much, Deborah. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely,
Guys,
my pleasure.
I need that travel tea. I think they're struggling with that. Because she did mention it, but the video didn't have audio. What are the names of the two national parks mentioned today? So again, you're going to get some planning materials to help you plan your next best vacation in Miami. It is going to come with all of these things to help you with the shopping, the dining. Look what I got, Deborah.
I know.
Guys, I'm here on Facebook. Do I need to help y'all? I need to help them, Debra. Do I need to help them? Should I give them a clue?
We should give them a clue because, you know,
okay, guys.
We're feeling generous today.
I'm gonna give you a clue because, you know, this is what we do. And so the question is, what are the names of the two national parks mentioned today? Oh my God, this is so amazing. Can y'all see that? I hope you can see that. Tell me if you see it, Deborah.
I can see it. Yeah, I can see it. But, you know, I don't know if they can.
Yes. I just need two, guys. Just give me those two names. Did I?
Or if you know what, will we be so kind as to say one? Just one.
Give us one. Give us
How's
one.
that? One of the two.
I can't
one
do
of
it
the two.
anymore. We just need one. We just need one. It's you know, just one winner. Just one winner. What national parks are out there in Miami-Dade County? So again, this bag comes with a lot of different tea. I mean, you've got your Miami branded what is
sanitizer.
It? Sanitizer, guys, because you can never be too safe, right?
That's right.
And from me, I'm going to throw in my little spiel. You're going to get, of course, my Cruise Planners Travel Agency card, but you're also going to get a little gift souvenir from me, my TVmaTheTea cup. Blessings by that Nola Girl Creations. Thank you so much, girl. I appreciate you. And finally, you're going to get a magazine. What we talked so much about today, the beautiful arts and culture of Miami. So guys, one Facebook winner, and we're gonna end out the show. And you know what? I'm gonna keep this live up, and I'll be sure to bless me a winner. And let me check my Zoom chat too. So let's see if we have anybody in the chat world that has responded. I don't see any chats yet. So with that being stated, Deborah, thank you so much for coming through today and talking travel with me. I think this Zoom was like, they felt like it was college, right? They felt like it was college because I have not gotten a winner, guys. We have showed you the travel tea, but it is perfectly okay. I'll repost it, and I'm pretty sure I'll have a winner before the next hour. So just keep that in mind.
Okay, fine. And like I said, we'll just do one. And
Yeah,
I think we mentioned it a
fine.
couple times.
Yes, and it's perfectly fine. You did an excellent job. So, but I'm gonna tell you how good of a job you've done. We don't have any questions, so that always tells me that you guys we've answered. We've presented in the way that it answers their question, so that's all right with me. And it's all about educating the community. So, with that being stated, any closing words?
Again, given what's going on right now, we understand if you want to dream, you're still in that dreaming phase at the moment. We certainly would love for you to keep Miami and the beaches in mind when you're ready for travel, because we are here ready and waiting for you. If you happen to come within the next month or so, or while the pandemic is on, I will again say masks required, so you will need to mask up. Just so you know, this amazing, beautiful mask, by the way, is available complimentary in the Design District, which is another one of our amazing neighborhoods that we have here. So, you visit that area, you get a free mask. So just know that's one of our requirements at the moment. But again, we look forward to welcoming you here. We are, we anxiously await your arrival, but we know at the moment, it might be a little bit tentative for you to travel. But in the meanwhile, continue to dream, and we're here waiting for you. If you have any questions, you're in excellent hands with LaTonya. And, I'm sure between what we talked about today and during the replay that, we'll get that winner.
That's right. We're definitely going to get that winner, darling. And of course, you'll see it across social media. Again, guys, thank you for tuning in and talking travel with us. We're going to close out the show. Debra will be talking. Stay in touch and stay safe. Thank you guys for tuning in. I am out of cappuccino, so that's my time. Guys, you've been traveling with TVmaTheTea, and I'm going to leave you with our cruise planners commercial. Keep it locked and have a blessed day.
Traveling is something that everyone looks forward to. It helps bring us together, makes us realize that we're more alike than different. And while we are all reminiscing over our favorite adventures for now, let's encourage everyone to do their part. Take this time to take care of you, your loved ones, your neighbors, and the world. When the time comes and the future is clearer, travel will be what helps us start to rebound and move forward. And Cruise Planners is here, ready to help you explore the world and reclaim your sense of adventure. Give yourself something to look forward to. And until then, stay safe and stay healthy. We'll see you soon. Cruise Planners, your land and cruise experts.
Thanks again, Debra. It has been a pleasure. I really enjoyed today's show, and I look forward in speaking with you and definitely working with you in the future because, honey, Spicy Miami has a lot going on. So thanks a lot again, and we'll be talking. Bye, everyone on Zoom, and bye, everybody on Facebook. Have a wonderful Friday, and enjoy your weekend.
Stay safe.
All right, you as well. Bye-bye.
Yes, guys, we've got merch. The new TVMA, the Tea merch is now available. Get to the blog.